What is up? How is everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing amazing. So, it's the end of the year, man. It's coming up to Christmas time. We're at like the 19th right now. Recording this at the end of like, what's it been, like 5 hours and 20 odd minutes of a live stream. Like around about 5 hours of a live stream, not including like stops and breaks and whichever fucking way. But yeah, we're going to basically rank all the albums that we've done this year. What was it, like 17, I think I said? Like 17 albums that we've done this year so far. Well, to end the year anyway. Like, a few of them aren't quite uploaded yet, but they will be. Come, probably January. Everything should be uploaded and up to date and everything else, but that's all in time. So we're going to start from this way. We're going to do Beyond Deviation. It was okay. That much I remember. It was okay. So we're going to put this directly in a beta. I think a beta is perfect for Beyond Deviation. We're going to do this band next. We're going to do Wings of Saturn. Wings of Saturn is an S tier. Easy S tier. That band, this album basically made me re-fall in love back with this band. And that's not an easy thing to do. When I fall out of love with a band, generally it's forever. So the fact it's going there just shows how much of an amazing album it was, to be honest. And then we are going to do Shield of Wings. It's going to be an A tier. It's a very good album. Like, it needs extra stuff to it to make it like an S tier, to make it amazing and perfect and stuff. But it's definitely a very good album. Definitely worth it listening to. Within Temptation, it's going to be a D tier. It's going to be like a nah. I'd rather not. Like, D is basically an F, like, nah, fuck this album. Brand, easy S tier, man. Like, Lifeblood is classic fucking deathcore, man, at this point. It's going to be known as one of the classics that we've ever seen. In terms of deathcore, man, that album is iconic, man. The songs that I listen to on that album that I listen to, and it makes me happy, if that makes sense, man. So, easy, man. Like, all the Blackbriars are S tier. That's like no issue whatsoever. Like every, like Blackbriar has to be S tier, right? It has to be like that top of the game. Whichever fucking way. I'm just gonna like move things around a little bit if we can. Like, okay, so we're gonna like group these to where I think they are. And I think like that so far. I'm gonna put brand over that. Like, so we're gonna rank them in terms of S group, then going from left to right, like left is the best, right is like the worst of the tiers, right? So makes total sense. So Blackbriar, A Dark Euphemism is probably the best album so far that we've had. And then we have Fatal Embrace, which is an easy, I want to put it in an S tier, but I'm going to put it in an A tier just to be fair to it. It's very good, but the lyrics are very repetitive and convoluted from what I remember, so that's going to mark it down a little bit. The Lorna Shore Immortal album is amazing, but for me, like, the more I listen to it, the more I want to put it into an A tier, but it is an S tier album. It has to be an S tier album, man. CJ is a monster. What more do we really need to say, man? Let's see. We have Kin. Kin is an easy A tier. Like, it could be an S tier album, but compared to what's in S tier, I would never call it an S tier album compared to the ones that are there. It's a very good album. It's an amazing album. Just like Fatal Embrace is amazing. Just like Shield of Wings album is amazing. It's that kind of way. Then let's see. Oh shit, I forgot an album. I totally forgot to put Camelot in there. And then, let's see, we're going to put Ice Satan into the S tier, obviously. Like, Ice Satan has to be here. Like, but Ice Satan is right there. Right above Blackbriar. Like, Ice Satan basically knocks Blackbriar off the top spot for me. Like, that Ice Satan EP is fucking amazing. It's one of the best deathcore products I've ever heard in my life, mate. Then we're going to go on to like Dehumanizing It's a Train You Worship, which for me is like a C tier. It's not really my thing, unfortunately, but it's good, but it's just not my thing, right? So that makes sense. Science, A tier. It's a good album. Is it as amazing as Lifeblood? Is it as amazing as Ice Satan? No, nowhere near that league, man. Not for me anyway. Like, I saw like Science this year, and they were fucking amazing live tier. They're such a good band. Like, A tier doesn't mean bad, like S tier is like godly levels of like albums. Like, Amongst the Low and Empty is not, in my opinion, a godly album. It's an amazing album, but it's not godly, if that makes sense. But then again, Mental Cruelty is. Mental Cruelty for me is probably next to Lifeblood. Like, I would put Mental Cruelty right there. I think that's a really fair place to put them. Like, and then I think if we do that, that's the fairest way point we can put them. I think that's the much better way. Poppy, A tier, easily. Like, Poppy's easily the A tier album, man. Like, that was such an interesting listen to for me. For school, not so much. School fell asleep basically when I was doing Poppy, but for me, like, it was interesting. It really kept me engaged. Like, the switches and the styles and everything else. Like, it's much better than a lot of these albums. And so we're on to our last couple, Stardust. In light of, like, recent Stardust things, Stardust for me are like a B set. Like, they're good, but they're not. Like, they're not like how Epica were in their heyday levels of symphonic. Are they Whiteward? What was Whiteward, man? I totally forgot what Whiteward even sounded like. Which is not a good thing. If I forget what an album sounds like, then it's probably not the best longevity for an album. But I think a B tier is totally fair. I think that's totally fair. Just imagine Camelot being there and imagine Camelot being there. So like Camelot and Within Temptation are just total bullshit, just total like craziness. And them. Dehumanizing Is Training Worship is good, but it's not my thing. Whiteward is going to be B set just because it's not memorable for me. Then obviously Stardust and Beyond Deviation are basically the same way. They're not as memorable as what they could potentially be. Poppy was amazing. Like, Get Stuck in My Head all the time, and Signed is amazing, Kin is amazing from Whitechapel, Fatal Embrace is amazing, and Shield of Wings is amazing. Obviously, Shield of Wings, I could bring it down, I could make it like B tier. I think B tier is a lot fairer to it, I think because it has a few issues, it has a few, like a lot of it feels very samey the more you listen to it. Like, in my opinion anyway. But even I think that's my list. I think that's where we're going to have to go with it. I think those are all fair rankings, man. So Satan, Album of the Year. The Old Teltaments is amazing. It's something that, like, it's stuck in my head. I listen to it on the daily. Like, it's one of those pieces of music that I can listen to over and over and over and over. And I have done. Listen to it over and over and over again. It's just amazing. Blackbriar, A Dark Euphony is one of those albums that was in my top of the year on Spotify, the same with Satan, the same with a few other things as well. Like, I listened to both of those two albums, like to their two proper recorded albums, I do. Like, the last two proper recorded albums, I do. All the time, Brand of Sacrifice, Lifeblood, I do all the time as well. I think that's totally fair. Between Lifeblood and Mental Cruelty, they're basically equal, in my opinion. Like, they could be either way around, it doesn't really matter. Then the other Blackbriar, Immortal Remains, is just below that. The same with Rings of Saturn, and the same with The Lorna Shore, Immortal. I think CJ's done bigger and better things and will do bigger and better things than Immortal. But Immortal is still iconic. It kind of cemented his career. So it kind of has to go there. And yeah, man, that's an easy tier list for me. That's easy kind of where I think everything goes from what we've reacted to this year. And yeah, man. Amazing tracks. And if you haven't listened to any of these albums, they're all totally worth it. The ones which are in the top lists anyway. Even the ones in the B tier are probably worth it for you as well. They're all very fucking good albums, in all honesty. And yeah, so what are my songs of the year? The songs of the year are probably we're gonna do like a top 3, right? So for me, I would say Still One Angel from Satan is probably my favorite of the 4. Like, Still One Angel is probably the best of all. It's probably the best of all of the Satans. And then we're going to do the other from the top 3 are going to be from Blackbriar, right? So we're going to do one from each album just to make it fair. So from A Dark Euphony, it's going to most likely be Forever and a Day. Now, between Forever and a Day and an Unwelcome Guest are my 2 that I would really put there. And then in the Course of Shipwreck, it has to be Walking Over My Grave. Those have to be my top 3 from the show. The ones which are on my daily list and the ones which are there. The number 4 would probably be something from Brand, because I listen to that all the time. It would most likely be Altered Ice. I think it would be my number 4. If I was going to choose from my top that I've listened to like throughout the most of the show, those would be it, man. Those are my albums. Those are my songs. If you've never heard them, go listen to them, go check them out. I'll link like a whole bunch of links to all the reactions and playlists and everything else where you can find all the reactions to these albums. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. This playlist was fun. Like, I think I made it way less convoluted than last year. And I think it makes more sense to do it this way, but still. Go check out the albums, go check out the songs, man. They're all fucking worth it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, man. It's been fun doing all the albums, doing all the songs, doing all the reactions to this year. We've gained like 500 subs since last year, which for me is like a massive amounts of growth compared to previous years. And yeah, man, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, New Year, and I'll see you guys in January most likely. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching.
Not sure it's mine.